coming to NYU, to the Percussion Arts Society New York chapter, Weekend of Percussion. I'd like to thank Andrew Beal for having us here, chapter president. He's done an amazing job over the last 5 years. I remember when I moved to New York and we started communicating, and there was almost no communication from the professional community to the chapter, and now, Andrew, you've built a monster with this chapter. So, seriously, kudos to you. You did it, bro. Thank you to Jonathan Haas, Professor Jonathan Haas, and the rest of the board of directors for the New York chapter here for having us, and the people at KoSA. I'd like to thank Mapex, Pice, D. Vader. These guys all have a bunch of companies to thank. You guys want to start trickling up with me? I'd like to thank Greg Hallman, the president of DJing, for helping me put together this new clinic format and co-presenting with me. New Jersey, as far as within the country, within the organized DJ industry, the DJs that subscribe to the magazines, go to the expos, go to the seminars, from what I've seen, New Jersey is the strongest state in the entire country with the organized industry, and New Jersey very might well be the best area in the world for the organized industry. I'm truly blessed that Greg is doing this with me, and I'm truly blessed that everyone up on here, the stage with me, I handpicked everyone here because they can all kick my butt one way, shape, or form, and I admire these guys. So I'm just thrilled. Thank you, guys. I'd like to start with Mike Eagle. Mike Eagle's a Phantom Regiment alumni. After he aged out, he dove pretty heavy into the Scotty world, and he's becoming a living modern-day legend in that field, traveling all over the world. And Mike actually, anybody just watched the Super Bowl? Yeah. Mike was in the drum line for that, so I mean, that's a bio rewrite in the NFL. It's huge. John Donovan, I met this guy 5 years ago. His band leader and my DJ were both hired for the same job at a Persian wedding, one of these big 1,200 people jobbies at the Huntington Hilton on Long Island, and we didn't know we were supposed to be working together. The Persian market, they like to plan things day of sometimes, so there was initially some discussions, and before we know it, we had a 17-piece orchestra, and, you know, I didn't know that night, your bandmates are so proud of you, I didn't know I was literally with, you know, the fastest drummer in the world. I don't care what the official WFD list says, this guy's up, research him, Google him, Joe Donovan on Google, and you will see him at a festival. Where is that? Where is it? In Puerto Rico, and he put up, what, 12:19? 12:19 in 60 seconds. Think about that for a second. You know, I'm lucky if I clock in at 6. I don't even want to try the thing. I'm never going to sing this guy. You know, and it's just a blessing. And before I knew it, you know, just, you know, all of a sudden I'm playing quads along with 5 other drummers that night. And you, I mean, I followed his career. I mean, this guy's got more stamps in his passport than, that's incredible. Thank you. I'd like to thank Sean and Samson from Nim Drummers. These guys came up on the scene. They started following me on social media, and I'm like, who are these guys? And my publicist and I started looking at them, and they are positioning themselves incredible. And I'm not going to be surprised if they're on the Grammys. They are, you know, people from the Macklemore camp. You guys know Macklemore? Yep. Okay, they're positioning themselves. You know, as you heard from Jason earlier, it's not just about the talent, it's the hard work, it's the marketing positioning. These two guys got it going on. You know, they watch what they're doing with their social media. Watch what they're doing. They're ahead of the curve right now. Jay O'Brien, Crossman alumni, he's going to be playing vibes. He's like my Indiana Jones of the college percussion community. Does a college thing, and he's out, you know, breaking rules and doing this. His instrument, vibes, mallets, as we know, during the jazz era, was very, very heavy, very dominant. There were a lot of guys working, and over time went on and became more specialized. And there's no reason why that instrument can't go mainstream again. Thank you, Jason. Thank you. Andrew Barlow. I am so honored that you are here. Andrew Barlow, he marched with Magic of Orlando, Cadets, Carolina Crown. He worked for a bit with George Hopkins, with YEA. So if anybody has any questions later, if we have time for that, on nonprofit organizations he's worked with, I believe one of the largest nonprofits in Marching Percussion Arts. He is also currently he's the percussion manager, correct me if I'm wrong, for Blast. You guys familiar with Blast? Tony, Emmy Award winning? This is the guy. This is the guy. You know, I'm blessed with this talent that's up here. This is disgusting. And Chris Triola, where's Chris? Chris is right here. When I moved back to Pennsylvania, things were really difficult. I knew most of my jobs were going to be commutes, and you know, back home has almost been a nightmare to try to do anything. I've been kicked out of more bars than anybody that I know because they don't get the fusion thing that's been going on out here, you know, 30 years. Chris is not just a DJ, he also marched college drumline at East Stroudsburg, Shippensburg University. So he's one of the first DJs that I've met that have actually been able to have intellectual discussions about music with stuff. It's fantastic. Chris is a blessing. He comes from a band geek family. His whole parents, his brother's a percussionist at Liberty University, a pretty hoity-toity school, awesome school. We were down there. And I'm just blessed to know all these guys. So I just want to say thank you. We're going to start. Can we just do one more shot up here before we get started? If anybody can text us to it later or something. Bill, can you take a shot? Anybody? Okay.
We'll do it after. We got it. Let's get started.
All right, cool. So we're gonna get started now. You guys can just chill. We're gonna start the seminar part. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce Greg Hallman. He owns his own DJ company, Ambient Sounds. I said that correctly? Ambient DJs, I'm sorry. He's also president of NJDJN, like I said. He's also a writer for DJ Times magazine. He was actually my connection with the feature that I had a couple years ago. And I just wanted to thank Greg for this, and we're gonna get started.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. These lights are pretty bright up here. But it's an honor to be here in New York City, representing the DJ industry. This is something a little different than I typically do. I'm usually speaking with other DJs or at private parties with people celebrating all sorts of cool life celebrations. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about me and my background. Growing up, I had music in my DNA. I love music. I was a piano player, alto sax. I played tuba. I was in the high school marching band. I even considered a career in music. I was offered a full music scholarship at Trenton State College, now TCNJ, but I opted to study finance. I doubted that I could make it big in the music world, so I decided to do the practical thing and go for a good, stable career. I was involved with stock markets, bull markets, bear markets. I was living out in Southeast Asia. We had a really bad crash, and I came back to the U.S. and kind of had to broaden my horizons because there were no analyst jobs available. So I took a pretty dry financial job, and that's when I reconnected with my passion for music because I was so bored with my day job, which paid well. So I touched my first mixing board when I was about 27 years old. And it was love at first touch. Started playing house parties, very basic sound systems. And yeah, I mean, the rest is history. I grew my company quite quickly. 3 years ago, I left finance for good. I do this full time. As John said, I'm the president of the Disc Jockey Network in New Jersey. All right, next slide, Chris. Okay. Can you see what we're seeing? The right screen is still on yellow. Okay, well, we're having some technical problems with the slideshow, but we're going to do DJ history really quickly in 2 minutes, okay? So 1935, the term disc jockey is coined by an American radio commentator, Walter Winchell. Disc referring to a record, jockey referring to an operator of a machine. And short for that would be DJ. 1947, English DJ Jimmy Savile claims to be the first DJ ever to offer continuous play using 2 turntables. Fast forwarding to 1969, right here in New York City, DJ Francis Grasso refined the art of beat matching, and that's the process, the technique of getting 2 records at the same tempo so that you can mix them and your dance floor won't miss a step. Fast forward in 1973, in another borough of New York, the Bronx, DJ Kool Herc, who is widely regarded as the father of hip-hop culture. He started mixing back and forth between the same record. He'd have duplicates and he'd extend the break. That's the rhythmic, instrumental part of a track. 1975, DJ Grand Wizard Theodore invented the scratching technique by accident. About the same time, Grandmaster Flash came up with this peekaboo system so that he could cue up the next record on his headphone. And then fast forward to 1979, the first commercially successful hip-hop record, Rapper's Delight, which sampled Chic's Good Times. Okay, we're going to talk about the different types of DJs. Club DJs, I obviously work in a club. They tend to be secluded from the audience and dancers. They could be in a booth, up in the sky. They don't make too many announcements. They don't interact with the crowd, but they tend to be technically very good. Clubs occasionally have percussionists accompany the DJ. The next category would be the radio and mix show DJs. The next category would be bedroom DJs, and the category that I'm going to talk about today is mobile DJs. And what a mobile DJ is we are mobile. We go out to private parties. We take the party to you. And we're performing at all kinds of events like weddings, sweet 16s, bar bat mitzvahs, birthday parties, and other life celebrations. So, unlike the club DJs, we do a lot of interaction with our audiences. So that's a big difference. We've got a wireless mic. We do things with the crowd. We put a great emphasis on visual presentation. So if you can see John Donovan's drum set over here, he's got some cool lighting, to make it visually stimulating. We bring out all kinds of lights, and it's a good time. Some party percussionists, when they do a private party, will allow, for example, a bride to come up and play the drums for a little bit. They love it. They're a part of the show. It's always a great picture. Next slide. All right, so we're going to go to the history of the mobile DJ industry. So really, mobile was born in the 1980s, and prior to that, most parties had bands, so wedding bands ruled. But mobile DJs started in the 80s, but we're using vinyl. So it was a pretty hard line of work to get into. You had to, obviously acquire those records, track them down. You had to transport them to gigs in big, in milk crates. They're quite heavy. It was tedious. The DJ at that time was still sometimes the weird guy in the corner. It wasn't that well accepted in the 80s. There were relatively few guys doing it. It was expensive to get into. Fast forwarding to the 90s, CDs allowed DJs to bring a lot of songs, thousands of songs to a party. Those CDs are still pretty heavy, but they were light compared to the crates of vinyl. And sometime around then, mobile DJs started to gain greater acceptance by the market because they had such a wide range of music that could be played at a party, much greater repertoire than a band, and a DJ could be hired at a fraction of the cost of a band, and we generally don't need breaks either. So bands started to die, DJs started to rise. During the 2000s, that's when digital DJing really started to pick up. So rather than CDs, now you would use MP3 files that were all on your computer or an external hard drive. So you didn't even need to bring those boxes of CDs. So that lowered the barriers to entry substantially. And you know, I've always bought my own music and believed in supporting the artists. But there's a lot of people out there that don't share that philosophy, that are quick to take a hard drive of thousands of songs or whatever, and laptop computer, hard drive, suddenly you're a DJ. You go to a retailer like Best Buy, they have a DJ section now. You could probably start a DJ company for a couple $1,000s or less, maybe even less than 1,000. Next slide. So the population of DJs has proliferated. According to one statistic, there's 1.25 million DJs operating worldwide. As far as the mobile DJs go, statistics are a little bit hard to find because we're not required to have licenses and how exactly you define a DJ, but one statistic we have is there's approximately 61,000 mobile DJs operating in the U.S. In New Jersey, it's probably about 4,000. New York, I'm sure it's much higher than that, but there are a lot of DJs in the Northeast and New York, New Jersey in particular. There's a lot of parties too, so that's a good thing. If you're a percussionist who's looking to join up with the DJ, there are a lot of options for you. Okay, next slide. Okay, I just want to talk a little bit about the pay scale for the mobile DJ industry. It's really all over the place. It depends on geographic factors. Are you in Manhattan? Are you in the Bronx? Are you in Long Island? Are you in the Poconos? Are you in Central Jersey? Are you in South Jersey? And then it also depends by party type. So the real basic parties that a teenager could do, just work a playlist, show up, maybe bring out a little basic light, $300 to $500 or even less. And maybe that type of DJ is getting their work from referrals from friends and family. Maybe they do a free ad on Craigslist. The next step up, you need to have some more skill. So MC skill. You need to have bigger staffs, equipment. Those are the types of events such as weddings, bar mitzvahs, sweet 16s, corporate work. So when you go up to those types of parties, the fees rise pretty quickly. Weddings, I think the national average is $800 for a wedding DJ. But here in the Northeast, it's probably starting at $1,000 and going up to about $7,000, depending on the options, the lighting, the upgrades, like party percussionist. Teen dance parties, there's a wide range. Corporate events, a very wide range. The corporate sector got destroyed after the economic downturn of the late 2000s and really hasn't come back even close to what it was. It's still depressed. Companies are holding on to their cash. But there are some very high-end events. I have an associate who owns a DJ company. His company did Google's holiday party last year for $375,000. So, but those types of jobs are pretty rare. Bar mitzvahs are a very interesting area. There are some very lavish celebrations held. It could be a couple thousand, it could be 10,000, 25,000, 50,000, even $100,000 on the entertainment. And I see a lot of party percussionists working in a bar mitzvah type setting because there's money there. But the key takeaway for percussionists is the more money that clients are throwing at these parties, the greater the opportunity for them to add an upgrade like a party percussionist. Okay, so I want to just talk about how mobile DJ companies attract clients in today's day and age. As I mentioned, it's very competitive. There's thousands of competitors out there, so you really need to differentiate yourself. But one thing that really helped my company was when we got a professional website. So good photos, sharp copy that keeps in mind SEO, that actually looks like it was done professionally. Contact information, so get a good website. Social media, it really works. So some of the ones that we use, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram is hot, and we like that. YouTube, you want to show prospective clients what you do, how you do it. Bridal shows, mitzvah showcases, those are ways they're dying out a little bit because everyone's online now and checking out companies that way, but they do hold a good place in the marketing mix. And then really, the most important is networking. So just network at every opportunity. Get out there, meet lots of people. I like to network with event planners, wedding photographers, banquet hall managers. Pass cards, get the word out there, create a buzz. That way you'll be top of mind when they're ready to book a party.
Thank you, Greg. This is awesome. I just want to interject one little thing. First of all, I just want to thank Lot Riot and Gert Shirts for their donations. Getting back to how mobile DJs attract their clients, it's a whole different mindset when you're going from a rural section of the country to what I call deeper waters. In New York, Jersey, the quality of client that you get is all relative to how you grease the catering halls and how you're doing kickbacks with your fellow vendors and sheer profitability. The average house account, that means the amount that a DJ company would pay to the catering hall so that the salespeople are selling you, because the catering halls pretty much run like everything. The average house account fee in Long Island is $50,000 to $40,000, and house accounts in Manhattan here get higher than 6 figures. So I just want to let you know that per year, per vendor, nothing in writing, all cash, not traceable. And the minute a guy comes in the next door with the next day with more money, if they didn't like you, your money's rubbed out. I know people every year, hundreds of thousands of dollars that just vanishes. It is a dog-eat-dog business. Flesh is eaten on a daily basis. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Wow. Well, fortunately, John, in Central Jersey, it's a pretty level playing field. I personally have never paid a kickback or any fee like that, but I understand Manhattan, Long Island, it's different rules for different markets. All right, so the last area I want to talk about before we're going to turn this over to the musicians is some tips for you guys as percussionists, how you might work more closely with DJ companies. All right, well, first would be find a local DJ organization, close to where you live, or within an hour or two, and attend those meetings. So, as John mentioned, I'm the president of the New Jersey Disc Jockey Network. We actually have members from, it's more of a regional organization, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, Maryland, Delaware. So they'll travel a couple hours to come spend time with us at our monthly meetings, which is in Central Jersey and Edison. So yeah, just meet DJs. That's how I met John Donovan, at some type of industry meeting, or I never would have known who John Donovan is, most likely, if he wasn't committed to networking with the DJ community. For the ultimate opportunity to meet a lot of DJs at once, in August, DJ Times holds the DJ Expo in Atlantic City. It's at Taj Mahal, and we typically have 4,000 to 5,000 DJs there. So you could come down, for a day, or you could spend the whole, 4 days there. It's up to you, but I would recommend that. If you want to hit the internet and do some research, what you're looking for are, professional, I would say bigger scale, they don't have to be huge, but bigger scale DJ companies that do bar mitzvahs, weddings, that have nice lights. So they're booking the bigger parties, and there could be the potential, for upgrades such as a percussionist. then once you identify those, I would say, feel free to give them a call. Just cold call them, but have some kind of a hook. Take the time to know something about them, make it a little bit personal, start up a conversation. Like, hey, I saw that you guys do a lot of bar mitzvahs. Do you use party percussionists or whatever? You could do an email blast, but if it's too cold and non-specific, those tend to get deleted. This is something that's I'd also recommend would be to, once you meet a DJ, ask if you can shadow them to a gig. So you could come out, see how they do things, spend time, talk about the business. Maybe they'd even let you play with them for free that first time. You get a promo video, and you have a relationship with a DJ. And I guess the last thing, just like for marketing for a mobile DJ company, is networking, networking, networking. So get out there, meet lots of people, and you guys ready? Yes. We're going to turn the stage over to the musicians and DJs, the percussionist and DJ.
Projector up, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Blizzard Lighting. You're about to witness the one and only PCI World Champion John Donovan, the party percussionist, as seen at DJ Times, Moby, NAMM, and with 311. Original music production provided by Hollywood fame award-winning producer Joy Bassoon. Lighting designed by Blizzard's own James Keeley. Blizzard, cooler by design.
But it was 99 cents. About to go and get it's been enough for the pockets and someone else's work. My man, when I get it, I'm just looking at us and say, my money, I'm like, yeah, it's a party. Take your real stuff. I'ma take your real stuff. I'm for real. I should have put that out there. Your Lord jumpsuit. That's some hot focus. You keep running out of the jacket that I found. Take it off. The broken keyboards. I'm out of work. I'm on the street. I'm on it. Hello, my name's Snare. I'm with it. Look at my friends here. I can take some
Thank you to Greg Holman. Excellent presentation, awesomely balanced.